Hey guys.
Hey everyone.
What is happening?
What's poppin'?
I'm your girl Sierra T.
And I'm your girl Sherelle B.
And this is Headwraps and Lipsticks, the podcast.
We wrap this culture up in color.
Yes, ma'am. As you guys know, we are starting a new series here on our channel called Running Game, where we sit down with some of Charlotte's most amazing creatives and entrepreneurs in the city. We get into their life, what's going on, how they keeping it tight, getting it right. And get it tight. And today we have our very, very, very beautiful guest, Black Lay in the building, everybody. Hey. Clap it up for Black Lay.
I'm so happy to be here. I'm about to shout right now.
We've been talking about this for a minute.
Absolutely, we have.
So we did the list. We was like, okay, like
I'm excited and I'm thankful. I'm ready to get into it with y'all.
Yes.
And you know,
for real.
at least see y'all up close and personal.
Right.
It's been a minute.
It has.
It's been a minute.
It has been.
Lay has done some amazing work in the city. She is what I call the ultimate Black creator.
Yeah.
Everything about what she posts and what she does, it is centered around Blackness, being pure, authentic Black. It is so beautiful. She's very much an originator in terms of my eyes. So I can't wait for us to like dig into the meat, the grit, the dirt about all of this.
Girl, we can just wrap it right there because you said it. But no, thank you. Like that fills me up.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
So for this episode, we're gonna be playing Uno. Uno's a popular game with the Blacks, so I'm sure we'll be playing this a lot.
Yes. Let me get this.
So Sherelle's gonna deal, and while Sherelle's dealing, Lay, I just want to start off let's start from the beginning, right? Because you're a Charlotte native, correct?
Yes, one of the last few left, one of the last fossils.
Yes, absolutely. So I want to know what inspired you, I guess, to start because you used to host, you've done a number of things. You're really a creative in the full aspect of the term. What inspired you to start?
Honestly, every time I saw myself just from a child, like getting away from my creativity, I was just always pulled back. I just always knew I was going to live that type of life or do something where I'm creating either with my words or my personality or like being a resource to other people. I just knew I was going to do that. My journey was a little, rocky. It's still rocky sometimes, but I got started really when I found the spark was I was at A&T and I was an undergrad. This was my second year as an education major. And the first year was good. It was like, of course, I love kids. I was a teaching fellow in high school. So I'm like, this is the path for me. But that second year, something just kind of clicked where it was like, I don't think that my place is necessarily in the classroom. I think it's more so in the community. So I made a transition to journalism, and once I got there, I was like, why did I even play myself these 2 years and do something that I wasn't really super called to do?
Right.
And so that year I started my own blog. I was going around Greensboro. I was going to concerts, like traveling, doing my own thing, but just like covering on my blog. And people started to notice that. And I was like, oh snap, I really got a voice.
Right.
So from there, like I've just always kind of been into creating my own, I hate even calling it content, but sometimes I even struggle to call it art because I'm like, where am I between those two? But I just always knew I was going to create. I always knew I was going to use my voice to do something. So
absolutely.
It's been crazy.
Yeah. Let's talk about, like you said, something like about being in between, because I know, and I think that's like a common denominator for a lot of content creators or just creatives in general. But like, what do you say to people not the creators, what do you say to the other people who are like, you really have to just stick with one thing?
Yeah.
Ooh.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
People were like, oh, now you like, I know we've all three of us heard like, oh, now you dabbling in this?
Yes.
You doing this now?
Honey.
Oh, God. You know what I mean? Like, what do you say to people like that?
And I've had this same conversation like with my family, with friends who just did not understand why I was just so willing to say, I'm done doing this now. I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
I'm just afraid to not try. And I honestly feel like if I give it one attempt and I like it, okay, good. I might pursue it, but at that point, I'm pursuing it because I like it.
Right.
I'm not sure if I want to take it to the next step and monetize it. And I struggle with that a lot because it's like I can do many great things, but does everything need to be a service? Does everything need to be something that you are getting money for, something that you trading your time for? Like maybe I could do it in different ways. So I don't know. I just struggle a lot when people say like, why are you doing this now? And the honest answer is because I can. And I'm blessed enough to have that spark inside that's like, girl, just try it. And if you don't like it, hell, move on. But at the end of the day, I really just want to jump out there and try something. I feel like sometimes I feel like a pinball, like I'm just moving around the pinball machine, but it's like sometimes the pinball get in that little hole, and you get some points off of it, or sometimes it bounces over here and it lights up or something. So I'm just trying to find where my place is.
That's a good way to look at it. That's a good way to look at it.
You just said something that resonated so much with me about like being able to let. So I think she's the first to go, right?
Oh yeah,
Okay,
hold on, let me show the cards. So I'm not cheating. It's a blue 9. Okay.
So when you talk about like being able to let something go, I recently stopped making the head wraps, and I got a lot of people who like, you know, sent me DMs and was like asking me why or whatever. And I really felt a kind of way about having to stop that because it was, because I liked it. It was cool, but it just wasn't serving me in the right way.
Yeah.
So like, I want to ask you, like, how's it been for you to like actually face forward and be like, oh, I know, like I should stop doing this. Yeah. Is it an emotional thing for you? Like I've really felt some type of way when I had to stop making the head wraps, but I just want to know, like, what's that process like for you?
Yes. It's almost like a grieving sometimes because it's like, I have to let go of something that does bring me joy, but it's not enough joy to where I want to put quite a few eggs.
You gonna put both down at the same time? That's great. She just put down 2 draw 2s, y'all.
The goal is to get to
Lay, this is nasty work.
I'm sorry.
This is nasty.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Listen,
this is disgusting.
I had to get that up off of me.
Wow.
I'm so sorry.
I had to get that up off me.
I'm so sorry.
Man, okay. Go ahead.
But
You got all 6?
yeah, I got all 6.
But it's just one of those things where it's like you do have to make your peace with it, and it's okay. It's okay to transition and say, this wasn't really it. This wasn't really serving me. I like this. Maybe this deserves to be in the hobby pile. Maybe it's something that I touch just when I need a little spark, just when I need something different. Maybe it's not something that I full out pursue, but there is pain that comes with it.
Absolutely.
It's hard.
Oh my God.
It's so hard.
It's amazing. So I was watching Lil Rel Howery has a new stand-up on HBO Max. And he literally...
she skipped.
I'm skipped.
So
Okay,
sorry.
that's cool.
He literally just talked about it, how he was like, you know, people like people don't want to work anymore.
Yeah.
And he was saying everybody want to start a business. And he was like, but the thing is, like, everything does not need to be a business. It's just something that you want to dabble in. You know, he went, you know, funny with it. He was like, you know, everybody, like, he said, my man came up to me and was like, you know, yo, I'm selling popsicles, bro. But only grape. Like, niggas not doing that no more. They not just selling only grape.
Not him trying to have a niche market.
You're right.
Relax. When it comes to like now, when it comes to like this, we're in a space of influence. To your point about like that's somebody's niche. Is like, when does it become like almost, I guess, too much?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's like now we talk about the aesthetics. Everybody like, you know, this is my minimalistic aesthetic.
Oh my.
White, tan. Yeah. Okay, but like, what is it that your aesthetics look very similar to the next video?
Absolutely,
aesthetic.
right.
Yes.
When does it become too much?
Yeah.
When is it like, all right, it's too much? Is it my go?
Lord have mercy. It is.
Because I put down the 2 5s.
Okay,
and then I
reversed it.
So it's
back on you.
Oh, okay.
It's back on you.
Oh,
but I'm sorry. I had to do that too.
The color's green. The color's green.
But I would say I have those very same thoughts while I'm scrolling. It's part of the reason why I haven't really given. Well, I'm not going to say I haven't really given, but why I'm still resistant to like fully going full throttle with TikTok, because you have to be physically on that app
yeah,
for it to curate what you want to see. But then for you to create, you still have to be on that app, engaging.
Yeah.
So it shows your post. So it's like I'm more susceptible to seeing more people who look alike, more people who are wearing, you just want to wear the white shirt with the black cargos today and just wear some black shades, and I guess you're doing your minimal thing. But it scares me because I wonder sometimes, what are people giving up to fit into these boxes? What are you giving up for that video to like get the feet a little bit harder or to be received well?
Right.
Because a lot of times it's like, you don't even really like that, do you?
Ooh.
You didn't even dress like that.
I could go.
Until
I could go right now. That
was now popping. And all this stuff is cyclical. It's like all this stuff is going to come back around. All these trends are going to come back around. What's currently happening right now, people been there, done that, whatever. It's really not anything new. But it's just the way that it's being packaged. It's like you have to live this sleek life. Yeah. You have to only have your iced coffees, and you can only wear the French manicure.
Yes.
You can only wear your hair in a bob. It has to be clean cut, white tops, neutral bottoms. Keep it, and it's like I'm not like that. What if I want to wear red today? Can I not post a video?
Yeah. Did you?
I fell into it recently on like. When I had to go to Atlanta for work, I do follow this. I don't know if y'all see the girl. She has like long sleeves. Yeah, it's your turn because I plucked.
Oh, the color because the color's green.
It's green. Okay.
Like do you see the girl? She wears like long sleeves and she has like a whole bunch of rings. And she's always like restocking and stuff like that.
Yes,
I'm a fan of hers. Like I follow her on Amazon. And I was looking for a travel duffel. Yeah. Even though I have a travel duffel, I was like, let me see what my girl got on her Amazon. And I bought this one like garment type duffel bag. I hated it. I absolutely hated it. Like when I got it, I was like, "Ooh, this is cool."
It's cute.
And I'm packing. I'm like, "Oh, this is not really."
It's not
giving what I thought. But at that, I'm leaving in 2 days. So I got to do what I got to do.
Right.
Yeah. Long story short, I returned it back to Amazon.
Wow.
I was like,
no, that's right.
I was like, I can't do this. I have a beautiful purple duffel in my bag in my closet that was perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Why did I do that? It's because I was trying to give like this like black aesthetic.
Yeah.
And that's just not who I am. Yeah. Like it's just not. Like
and we all fall victim to it, honestly.
You know what I mean?
I find myself falling victim to it too, and I'm like, hold on, girl.
Right.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah.
Okay.
One of the reasons, like, I definitely wanted to have you on is because, like, yeah, sure, go. I love the way that you particularly like hood culture, which you don't see like sometimes it's given like a negative representation in media, right? You know what I'm saying? So, but the way you present it is always appreciative of that. Yeah. Where does that come from? Because first of all, you're the only person that I follow who has like done influence work, who posts like that. Like that's so original. It's and like even when I'm like on your stories and you got the cool like collage, I'm like, man, this shit is so dope.
Thank you.
It's so like no one can really recreate it because I think you've done a really great job of like fine tuning what it is to not only appreciate it but also like present it in a way where other people could appreciate it.
I appreciate.
So I appreciate you for doing that. But I want to ask you, like, where does that come from? Was it always instilled in you, or like did you see other people falling into the aesthetic, that minimalistic aesthetic, and say, I don't think I want to fall that way? Where did that come from for you?
I have struggled trying to remain myself just as I get more into influence work, really on both sides, because I'm seeing the numbers behind it. Like, this is what's popping. People are making this amount of money. Like, I was just reading this deck at work, talking about like how the platforms are really putting money behind these creators. And it's not always equitable, but people don't always get looked at because sometimes they do give off that more authentic, more gritty, more hood vibe.
Yeah.
And I'm really ghetto as hell. Like, I've grown up and really have not really had much. I've had to make my own style out of what I've had.
Absolutely.
I've had my mom, my grandma, my uncles, like, they are the ones. One of my uncles still drives a Lexus with tinted windows and he blasts his music like it's 2003.
Right.
And I'm like, this is because this is what I've been around. This is always how I've grown up. And when I do see things negatively portrayed as far as like Black people, our neighborhood culture, our fashion, our aesthetics, I look at it and I'm just like, you're not even going to like this a year from now. You're going to look back and be like, why was I so obsessed with gold rings? And I never even owned a gold ring in my life. I don't even know what that meant to a Black person. I don't know what that meant as far as a symbol of fashion or style. So I try to always put my own spin on it by showing that this is actually what I have an appreciation for. But I'm trying to live in these times now where it's like, sometimes it does have to be a little bit more palatable, but I'm in a place where I'm like towing that line a little bit, because I'm like, let me see how far I can push it. Let me put my voice out there more. Let me show more of these images and show that you can still get picked. You can still be successful. You can still be a light in your own right. So you don't have to necessarily water it down or make it like super aesthetically. It's like, even when I find myself doing that, I'm like, girl, calm down. It's really not even that deep. The people that it's for will hear you. They will understand and they will appreciate it.
I think like we're in the Glorilla Megan Thee Stallion that space right now, and like seeing Glorilla's glow up literally is like incredible to me. I'm like, this girl, all she did was put out a song with her ratchet ass friends, and like look at where it's like it's not being watered down. Even somebody from her, that look like her. You got Yo Gotti who came from the same space as her. I was like, you know what? Let me get this girl a chance. And look where it's going. It's like, I don't really. And, you have some people, of course, like, we talk about the boomers and all that stuff. Like, they're not understanding. Like, my mom watched the Hip Hop Awards and was like, what is FNF? What does that mean? You know what I'm saying? What does that mean? And we have to explain it to her, like, fuck nigga free. And she's like, okay, now what does that mean? You know what I mean? Like, you got to break that down. They're not understanding it. But I'm like, I'm so proud of the Glorillas, the Megan Thee Stallion, even the Ari Lennoxes of the world. It's like, with her 4C hair, and it's like, listen, this is who I am. I just have a talent. I'm just trying to share it. Like, and I don't see anything wrong with it. I've fallen victim to, that. I mean, just growing up, like, coming from Long Island and stuff, and like, you wanna explore different things. It's like, now as you're getting older, you might have to tone it down. Even, we just had a guest on the show was like, you loud, all this, like that's just who I am. I don't know what you want me to do about it. I can't be somebody that I'm not, because that just comes off fake. And I do feel like a lot of influencers. And that's why a lot of them get caught up. You know what I'm saying? When they find out different stuff. Now you out there, so your life is on Front Street. It's on Front Street now. So now, like, people are gonna come out about you, and it's like then you find out that like this is a whole different person. You like, wait a minute. You know what I mean? It's just amazing to me. Shout outs to the Glorillas and the Megan Thee Stallions, the ones that are going to see this episode and see your content, like, and it's also an educational. It's also educational, the content that you put out there. It's stuff that you post. I'll be like, what's that? Let me download this. Let me see what this is all about. I appreciate. And now I'm a fan. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's great. I love it.
I appreciate that. Y'all are just giving me everything I need.
No, because like seriously. I think first of all, I want to say, I think when we're talking about like living, like being authentically ourselves and what we were raised around, my YouTube channel is very messy, okay? It'll pull up some shit for me, right? And it pulls up a lot of the like soft life Black girls. And I wonder how many of these women really are like that. Right. What is it that you're trying to present? And also, why do you feel like you have to present that way? And a third thing is, why do you feel like you have to present something that's kind of far removed from Black culture almost? I don't think I think Black luxury and all that, I think Black luxury is completely different from the way it's portreed.
Girl, absolutely.
Let me get up right now.
you know, like,
because you might get me turned up.
Because I think when we see Black luxury, it's like they got the Louis Vuittons and whatnot and all of that, but that's not steeped in Blackness, though.
No, it's not.
You know what I'm saying?
No, it's not. Absolutely not.
How do you prevent falling into that's so hard. I can only imagine like when you're like putting stuff together and thinking about what to post, like how that would work. I think you would actually do really well on TikTok, only because TikTok, I found I could be more authentic. I be cussing in my book reviews.
Yeah.
And I've still gotten paid
Yeah.
for book reviews. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think TikTok is my favorite app because of that. TikTok appreciates authenticity, where Instagram is like,
polish
here's
it
my,
up.
I've put this box together and I've wrapped it very nice.
Yes.
Right.
And here it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where people on TikTok will show up in a bonnet. And the first time I was on, I was like, oh my God.
Right.
But that was me.
Yes.
Pregnant ladies twerking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That was
how hood boyfriends apologize. You'd be like, wow, this is so the accuracy.
It's so accurate.
The accuracy.
Right.
It's so accurate.
How are you, like, I just want to know, like, what's the thought process? Like, do you initially, like, go, like, I don't know if my question is making sense, but
no,
like,
it is making sense.
Yeah.
Because every single thing that I post and I put out there, I'm criticizing it from the end of like, how is it going to be received? Like, what exactly am I talking about? Why am I even putting this out there? Why am I even posting? Am I posting because I want to share something, or am I posting because I feel like I need to post to stay active and have my name at the top of the screen or whatever? Like, I'm already struggling with that.
Yeah.
But then on top of that, it's like it can be very dangerous because I even find that sometimes when I do post more racy things, or when I do actually decide to speak, somebody told me the other day, they was like, why don't you use your voice on Instagram? And I was like, well, I haven't in such a long time, but that doesn't mean that I don't have the voice. I'm using my voice elsewhere. Anyway. But I've been apprehensive about that because I'm like, if people hear me speak, am I going to open myself up to more questions about my life? Am I actually living this way? So then I'm thinking about, I should post more authentically.
oh my God.
And if I can't post authentically, I'm just not going to post at all.
Yeah.
Because I already know I'm going to get somewhere off of what I'm doing on social media. I don't know what the end goal is at this point. It's changing, so I'm just along for the ride. But I'm criticizing it. I'm thinking about, who is looking at this? Like, I have a younger sister, she's 22, and it's just so funny how she tells me about the life that she lives, like the things that she consumes on TikTok and like what her friends are doing. She was telling me, I'm sorry, Simone, but she was telling me,
His name Simone?
yes,
That's crazy.
she was telling me she went to homecoming. She went to Spelman's homecoming. That's where she went to school, and it was her, another friend that's more comparable to her as far as their personalities. They're both laid back. They can both have fun. There was another girl who traveled with them who really wanted to like present that she was just on the yard, and she had on like designer shoes on the yard all day.
No, that ain't gonna work.
And she wanted to like do her thing or whatever. But then by the time they got back to the hotel room, or when people weren't recording and had their cameras up, she was telling my younger sister, like, can we go back to the room? My feet are hurting.
Right.
I don't want to wear these shoes. And I'm like,
It could be
what?
Yeah. right.
It could be expensive too. Like, you really be like, people be really like breaking the bank to put off this like facade and stuff. You be like, you not tired?
And then when you do something like that and don't know how to take care of a luxury good, you spend more money getting it repaired, i.e. red bottoms when you want to get them repainted, or your tap falls off, you got to get that replaced.
Right.
Yep.
Your strap break on your Louis bag, you got to get that replaced.
Right.
Like,
Exactly.
it's costly to live that lifestyle.
Absolutely.
And I don't think people are being forthright about how much it actually costs from a realistic perspective, not a vanity perspective, because people can sit up here and say, oh, I got a $2,000 bag. Why are you telling me that?
Right.
Because you want me to know you have a $2,000 bag.
Yes.
Child.
Now, could you tell me, girl, I got this bag on Afterpay.
Okay.
Right.
I would be like, girl.
Right. Klarna is my friend.
I'm thinking about using Afterpay for Christmas.
Right.
Yes.
Seriously.
Absolutely.
We can have more of a meeting of the minds.
Right.
But if you want to come from a place of, let me put this out here so people perceive me to be better, or I'm up here and they're down here, I have this, I have that, I'm more active in the streets, you're not. It's like, it's very weird to me.
Yes. Yes.
It's very, I'm like, girl.
Yes.
Half of the time, I'm not even outside. I'm in the bed with the scarf on.
Right.
And it's me in Criminal Minds on Hulu.
Right.
That's what I'm doing.
Right.
I'm not really outside.
Right.
But
Right.
do you want to portray that you're outside? It's ways you could do that.
Right.
It's like, to your point, it's like for the people, I feel like those are the type of people that like their content is like all the same. Like, you know, I see also like day in the life. Like, you did not wake up like that.
Oh.
You've been up for an hour because you had to set up the computer, you know. And it's like when you see, especially the ones that like do day in the life where they're not doing a voiceover and you're just seeing the clips. It's like you're not really doing anything
You're not
that's
really
so
doing that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, okay, so you got up, you had breakfast, you went to the gym, you went to Whole Foods, you know, or whatever. Like, and I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, you never see them at the register of Whole Foods.
Never.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because you really went to Walmart, and it's perfectly fine because Whole Foods is
They
ridiculously
filled that cart
expensive.
up, took their little video,
And
rolled
left
the
it
cart
there.
off to the side
And left it there.
Shut it down.
And went
That's
to
what they
Walmart
did.
with the rollback.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So I think it's it's like, I don't want to say it's like it's not wrong. I'm not saying it because, like, you know, we scroll and we double tap all the
absolutely.
time. We double tap all the time, but like behind, like in the back of my mind, I'd be like, are you really living this way? Like, seriously, is everything in your house just white and just clean? Or
It's the ones with the refrigerator organizers. For
Come
me.
on, because what is that?
I'm so jealous.
Cause girl,
I be so
you're
jealous. I be
spending
like,
$30 per organizer.
Yes.
You're
Right.
already buying your goods in bulk from what it seems. So you
Right.
going to Sam's, you going to Costco, you spending this and you spending that
Right.
just to open up your fridge for TikTok and
Right.
say
That's
a day in
crazy.
the life.
right.
Girl,
It don't make no sense.
It makes
nobody
absolutely-
cares.
It don't make no
It
sense.
makes that.
What about that rotten avocado in the bag?
Let's
Show them that.
Child.
Like, come on. Let's not do this.
Oh my gosh. I want to kind of maneuver a little bit because you
I'm so sorry. Whose turn is it?
I think I put those nines
You
down.
put the nines. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to ask about like your trip
Okay,
to
gotcha.
you went to Europe recently.
Yes,
What
I
country did you go to?
I went to the Netherlands.
Yes.
It was very beautiful, and it was a lot. But yeah, we're going to get into
Okay.
it. We're going to get into it.
I wanted to ask you like
I think it's about
yeah, I wanted to ask you like while you were over there, did you find like maybe something of inspiration that would probably fall into what your influencer work? Like, did you find like any inspiration there that would allow you to still be your authentic self? You look, you had a great time over there.
I did have a good time. It was a lot of work.
Yeah.
And the weather was really bad, so I couldn't really spend a lot of time outside. But a source of inspiration that I did find, I'm really into architecture.
Yeah.
I really don't show that a lot. Cause I'm trying to like learn the styles and like have an appreciation for it. But that really inspired me over there. It was a lot of art outside, whether it was murals or the sidewalk is painted or just the way that certain things were structured. It was just a lot more modern and streamlined than the US. So it was a big inspiration for me in terms of just shapes and like design and stuff. Because when I get into my own like graphics and stuff, I'm thinking about stuff like that.
Right.
Like, can I take something from a picture that I took out there and maybe filter it or crop it or shape it a certain way and use that for something? So that's kind of the pipeline that I took as far as what inspired me out there.
Yeah.
There weren't too many black people.
Okay.
The black people that I did encounter always helped me though.
Right.
They always helped
Love it.
me. Always helped me.
Love it.
And so that was good. It made me feel comfortable, like, okay, I'm really not too alone out here.
Yeah.
But the company that I work for, it's not very diverse. Our marketing team is diverse, but when you think about the company, larger, it's not very diverse. And then the industry that I'm in is not very diverse.
Right.
So already me being out there for the work that I was doing was not only a culture shock for me, but for them.
Yeah.
So they're like, who is this black girl over here?
Right.
And everybody is coming to her and asking her what to do.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm just me.
Yeah.
I'm just over here in Europe. The food was okay. One of the restaurants that we ate at, it was just very beautiful. It was like an aesthetic restaurant.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The food was okay, but the vibes was there.
That's a
Vibes
lot.
were there.
Yeah.
A lot of cigarette smokers. A lot of
Really?
cigarette smokers. Because the main way I traveled out there, I mainly walked wherever I had to go.
Yeah.
Everything, because I went to a city called Rotterdam, which is like 45 minutes from Amsterdam.
Okay.
And it's very different because Amsterdam, I didn't get a chance to go. I wanted to, but Amsterdam is very much, it's for the TikTokers. It's for the smokers. It's for the coffee shoppers. It's for them. But Rotterdam is more so like, it's a city and you can ride the train and you can shop and stuff, but go home. Ooh. Like that's kind of what it was.
Yeah. For the locals.
It was for the locals. It was for the locals. Wow. So the event that was in town was like super big, so it did get a little bit more popping, but it was just different. It was different. It was different.
You said something that I thought was really interesting about the architecture and the murals and things like that, kind of like being inspired by that in the Netherlands. Do you find that it harder to
my deck sucks.
Do you find it, I guess what I'm saying is, like, do you find it harder to find inspiration?
So you're gonna change it too.
Red.
Do you find it harder to find inspiration when you're back in the US? I know moving down here from Philly, it is a little bit harder in terms of being inspired. You know, public murals and things like that are. We have the most murals, I think, in the country, in the city of Philadelphia.
Really?
Yes. There's a whole program designated to it. It's a very big deal. Yeah. And so seeing art ingrained in the culture is something I'm used to. Here, it's not like that.
Yeah.
So I wonder if that goes hand in hand with influencing, not just for like influencers yourself, but like for other creatives. Does that affect what you do?
Ooh. Let me think on that for a second. Let me think on that for a second.
Yeah, no, yeah, I know that was a bit of a loaded question, if you will.
I actually have like a follow-up question for it.
Okay, gotcha.
Like because of that, because I agree,
I
definitely agree with like what you're saying. Do you think that is like part of the reason, especially from a Black creative standpoint? Do you think that's why a lot of Black creatives kind of like, I don't want to say sell out, but kind of give in to the status quo of what they feel is acceptable?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's almost like how we were talking about, like, you know, what perfection looks like, you know, versus, you know, like, or the white dollar is greener. So it's like, you know, if I'm not finding inspiration within my own, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I need to, you know, and you, sometimes you notice it with different influencers, how their content completely switches. You be like, what happened? You feel me?
Yep.
And that's a lot to unload between sis' question and my question.
I know. Is it my turn?
It is your turn.
What's the color?
Red.
It's red.
Okay.
Anyway. I guess I have to pause.
I'm pissed off. I'm sorry.
But to answer the first question, yes, I do struggle sometimes to find inspiration. Now that I'm back in the US and I'm back in Charlotte.
Yeah.
And I love Charlotte to death. But it's not very inspiring when you think about how creatives have to like struggle to get the funding.
Yes.
Have to struggle to get the money to do this. Yeah. And it's like, sometimes the grass does look greener other places. Right. Sometimes it is more appealing to say, let me just pivot to doing this now and I'll be more acceptable.
Right.
I'll be able to be picked up or seen from, you know, this market, that market. It's, oh my gosh, it's so dangerous. Yeah. Because it's like people almost change what they're interested in or change what they actually do.
Yeah.
Especially if they are an artist. Some artists might change the medium.
Yes.
From either a lack of inspiration or a lack of resources.
Yeah.
And I hate that it goes both ways because sometimes you're just between the two. Sometimes it's either they don't have the money, but they believe in you. Or it's you inspire them and they have the money, but they only want you to use a little bit of what actually inspired you. They only want you to be a little bit of yourself so that they can say, hey, we have so-and-so on our platform and they're supporting this product or whatever. But it's like, girl, you don't even really like that.
Yeah.
I have never seen you say anything about blah, blah, blah. And that's not to say people can't change, because they can. But I think about this makes me think about how sometimes you see celebrities promoting products that you know that they don't even use.
Oh God.
What kills me the most is
annoying.
I hate seeing I hate seeing women promote feminine products that they don't even use.
Child.
It's like, why are you trying to get us to buy a syringe full of Jello?
Right.
To put it up there.
It don't make sense.
And you have more money than me.
Right.
I'm sure you have a concierge doctor who can pull up and do your pap smear right there for you.
Absolutely.
Right.
You want me to buy into this because they gave you a bag?
Right. You know damn well you ain't using no flat tummy tea.
Okay, stop it.
Ma'am,
You know
please.
damn well you ain't doing
Cut it out.
You know this for a fact.
You're not even drinking it. You're not even opening the bag.
Okay.
Like,
stop.
You have your display when everything else is sitting in the box.
Exactly.
The same way it arrived.
Child.
It's really discouraging though when you come from a creator's perspective, because it's like, damn, maybe I do need to start being more of this. Or maybe I should change my wardrobe to look like this. Or maybe I should start talking about this. And that's how you find people in places that they don't need to damn be.
Ooh, yes.
Like, you could have just stayed in your lane. Now, would it have taken you longer? Yes. Would you probably have received more no's because you are being more authentic? Yes. Absolutely. It's okay. If you get in this fast lane, you got to take everything that comes with it.
Exactly.
And you not the one who driving the car.
Thank you.
So you might end up way over here, way past your mission, way past your calling, because you wanted the fast way of getting discovered.
Right.
And it's just, I really hate it. I really hate it. Even for the creators that are authentically being themselves, but they may be a little bit more polished. Even those people, when they start aligning with certain brands, even they're still up for question. Because it's like, well, I never seen you use that product before. And I never seen you say that you wear these type of clothes before. Is that really how you live your life? And then one string, your whole life is unfurled.
Yeah.
Because it just didn't seem authentic. It didn't feel authentic. And it could have been.
Yeah.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. This will be my last question. We can probably wrap it up here.
Gotcha.
I want to ask you about the future. This segment here is we want to title this like the impact of influencing. What's the impact that you want to see from your brand? I love it. How do you want to influence other people? I love it.
I want to. My actual goal is to create opportunities for creators. I actually want to have my own creative agency. I want to have it here in Charlotte. I would love to see more Black people holding the purse and giving it freely without, you got to check all these boxes that confirm why I should give you the money. Because sometimes people need an opportunity and they need somebody to say, I'm going to give it to you with no expectations. And I'm actually a product of that right now.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? Whatever I can do to push that in the community, make that, be at the forefront of someone's mind, I'm going to do that. Yeah. I'm going to do that. That's why any room that I'm in, I'm saying other people's names. Oh, Alatra, how did you get this child? This so-and-so helped me out. And they helped me. And that's how I got it.
And there's nothing wrong with that. I just think this whole gatekeeping, imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It's like, yo, you really, there's nothing wrong. This whole I did this all by myself. I'm like, I don't.
You didn't.
No, you
didn't.
No, you did not. Like, there's nothing wrong with saying, like, you know what? I have a mentor, this person, and they helped me do this. They introduced me to this, A, B, C, X, Y, Z, and now now you got me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And I don't know where that narrative, like where that came from. Of like, I'm not about to give you my sources. I'm not about to give you my resources. But then in the same breath, especially Black people, like, we really want to see Black people. We want to see Black people come up, and I'm like. But I just asked you about where you guys, something simple like a shirt, and you like, you mother copy my style. Like, girl.
I hate it because it feels like we're fighting over scraps. And we fight over stuff that doesn't even matter.
That's it.
At the end of the day, we all have to go to work and do our own thing at the end of the day. Like, you worried about telling me who did your nails, girl?
Be realistic. Be
when
FFR.
I can go find another nail tech.
And then it's like, your nail tech is black, so why you don't want to get help
just give her the dollars
to get new clientele?
Facilitate it.
I don't get it.
It don't make sense.
Nothing makes sense.
It makes me feel
the math
like
don't be mathing.
We're being scrappy over stuff that doesn't matter, and I feel like it comes from like a level of hyper independence that people think you have to have now, where it's like, if you even say somebody gave you something, you're less than. And it's like, no, I'm stronger because, like, you cannot tell me that, saying that this person referred you or this person helped you get this and you had this opportunity or whatever is going to make you less than. I just don't understand it. It makes you look like I support my community because my community supports me.
Right.
They give to me, I give to them. I have no problem saying so-and-so's name or whatever. Like, we should be more giving in that way.
Absolutely.
And I hope that that's what's to come. I hope that's what's to come. Because I feel like the more that we give people platforms, y'all have given me this platform. I'm going to continue to say y'all's name whenever people ask me about the best podcast in Charlotte.
Period.
But it's just, I definitely want to see more of this.
Yeah.
More community, more giving, and more of us walking into these rooms not expecting the worst, not expecting a hater to pop out, not expecting this person to, throw a monkey wrench here. It's like, no, just come in with grace, be humble, be willing to be of service, and you will be good.
That's it.
Absolutely. Lay, that is a beautiful point to end on.
Love it.
I appreciate
that was phenomenal. Let's clap it up for Lay one more time.
I'm clapping for y'all, FYI.
We clapping for you, girl. Please, real quick, let everybody know where they can find you. All the things you can look at that camera. That one is, there. That one. Yeah, that one over there.
Here.
Yeah.
Okay. You can find me on Instagram and what probably will no longer be Twitter at Blacklae, BLVCKLAE, on all my platforms. Trying to get on TikTok. I am on TikTok at that name as well. Or you can just hit my website, blacklae.com. Anything that you need, anything that you want, I'm your girl. Well, almost anything.
You gotta set boundaries now. You gotta set them boundaries so they know. They be like, anything? All right. That is it for this episode. Please be sure to follow us on all of the things. We are on Twitter at HeadWrappOD. We're on Instagram at Headwraps and Lipsticks. Check out our Facebook page, Headwraps and Lipsticks, the podcast. Yeah. Go to our website, www.headwrapsandlipsticks.com, where we have crew necks and t-shirts that are for sale but not on sale. Remember, our GoFundMe and the CashApp, $HeadWrappOD, all links in the bio. And lastly, we are on a bunch of streaming platforms: Spotify, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Google Play, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook. Literally nowhere you can't find us.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Yes.
Everywhere.
Yes. That's it. Lay, thank you so much. We really appreciate you again. This was awesome.
I appreciate this.
And I hope the listeners and the watchers really got something out of it. I know I did, for sure.
Be you. Can't go wrong with that.
Period.
That's it.
Bye.
Peace.